Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is David. I'm your host. I review magic tricks, I review playing cards, and I give those things away. I have contests every single month, both here on YouTube and over on my Instagram channel. So make sure you hit like and subscribe, hit your follow, your notifications, your bells, your whistles, all that doodad stuff, interweb tech stuff. And then you'll be alerted when your favorite magic review or your favorite deck review or your favorite contest. Can you have a favorite contest? Sure, why not? Goes live. Today we're looking at a trick that has a lot of internet buzz. This is Card to Pocket from the Other Brothers and Illusionist.com. All right, Card to Pocket. What is the plot to this effect? Actually, it's not really Card to Pocket. Card to Pocket would imply the spectator sees the card and it vanishes and it appears in your pocket. This is more Card from Pocket because the spectator actually can name any card. Seriously. You say, name any card in a deck of 52. They can name any card. There's no force, there's no equivoque, nothing like that. They name any card, and you're holding the deck of cards in your hand the entire time. They clearly see a deck in your hand, okay? And the Other Brothers will even teach you a way to do this where you hand the deck to them in advance before they even name their card. Seriously. They name any card they want. 4 of spades, 2 of hearts, 6 of diamonds, queen of clubs, jack of spades, whatever they want. They then fan through the cards themselves. Their card is gone. They will not see it. And then you reach into your pocket and you pull out the card they named. No force, no equivoque, no magician's choice. Let's talk about this review. All right, let's say you order it, pay you $35. It comes to you in the mail several days later. You buy it, you open it. What are you gonna get? You're gonna get a nice cardboard box. Inside the box, you're gonna get the deck of cards that you need. And then you're also gonna get a gimmick and then another gimmick that'll allow you to do this trick. Is it what I thought? Kind of. I think there's a lot of elements in this that are familiar. I don't think there's any element in this that is unfamiliar to a magician that's been around a while. But what the Other Brothers have done is they've kind of taken all of those ingredients and created their own recipe for this plot, if you follow my drift. I have already purchased and do a trick that is half of this effect. So a long time back, one of the very first gimmick decks I ever got was an effect called Vanished and Gone, and it was sold by Elmwood Magic. I believe it's a Peter Duffy effect that was a take on Eddie Joseph's Premonition effect, okay? So Vanished and Gone I've had for a really long time. Vanished and Gone uses a very similar card vanish that this does, okay? So if you're already familiar with Vanished and Gone, the first half of the trick where the card is missing from the deck is definitely, I don't want to say it's borrowed because I don't know if the Other Brothers are aware of the effect, but it's definitely a brother to or akin to this same style. But then there's a second half of this effect where any one of those 52 cards is then pulled from your pocket, okay? And that is completely a separate element. Vanished and Gone only uses one deck, and the only kicker at the end is the card is gone. However, this trick uses one deck and one gimmick, and they work together harmoniously to bring about the effect of the card vanishing and then reappearing. How are the angles? The angles are pretty good, and I would say, that's one of the selling points of this trick is that, inspectability-wise, angles-wise, you can hand the deck out. So I'd say, can it be inspected casually? It's casually inspected by the spectator. I think if they thoroughly inspected the deck, they would figure it out. Okay, so there's a bit of risk, handing the deck to the spectator. There's a bit of risk as how they go through the cards. If they drop the cards, it's all over. So you don't want them to drop the cards. And if they drop the cards in a puddle, you just wasted your $35 trick. So don't do that. Don't perform this trick in the rain. But I would say, let's go back to angles for a second. One of the things you kind of need to know is whether your spectator is right-handed or left-handed. I'm left-handed. If you've ever watched me review a deck, you'll notice that I go through the cards kind of almost backwards, where you see the pips in the lower corner instead of the upper corner. So you kind of have to know in advance whether your spectator is right-handed or left-handed. That's a question you could ask before the trick even starts. All right, so what's the overall quality and production value of the video? You got Daryl and Daryl talking to the camera. They're seated. Most of the time, I believe it's just a stationary shot. They are both mic'd, and you have some faint background music. As far as what they're going to teach you, it's done in a very casual, Other Brothers fashion. If you've ever watched them do their videos before, it's very conversational. It's them just going kind of back and forth. It's not scripted in any way. They're going to go through an intro. They're going to talk about what you get in the box. They're going to explain both aspects of the tricks. Like I said, it's two parts. There's a vanish part and there's a reveal part. They're going to go through both separately, and then they're going to put it all together at the end. You're going to get a nice studio performance where Daryl does it for Daryl, and then they actually go through that twice. Then you'll get some bonus additional thoughts, and then there's some last words and thanks at the end, and the entire video will close with 3 live performances out there on the streets. Is it well made? The deck and the gimmick are both United States Playing Card Company, and everything should be like you would expect for USPCC. Pocket space. All right, so what's the pocket space on Card to Pocket? I'm gonna say a lot. There's a lot of pocket space going on because it is a trick that involves your pockets. So I wouldn't say this is something you could do when you have other things in your pockets. You obviously need enough room for a deck of cards because it's a card deck trick, but you're almost going to need an entire other deck of cards worth of space in your pocket for the gimmick and then the additional item. So this is going to take up all the space. This is going to take up all the space. If you carry things in 2 pockets, it'll take up both front pockets, or it'll take up one front and one rear, right? Along with that, I would say there are some clothing restrictions in that I wouldn't wear tight pants. You should have loose fitting pants where you can get your hand in your pockets and kind of shimmy around and pull it out. You also don't want your spectator to look at your pockets and visibly see a bold outline of something there, because then there is something in your pocket. I can see it, right? So there's some closing restrictions there as well. All right, so how much practice does this require? Like I said, this trick is 2 elements, right? There's the vanish and the reveal. The vanish is fairly simple. There's not a lot that you need to remember. There's a little limerick, a little code that you can remember, but it's very simple. So I think the vanish aspect, you could start performing right away. Let's just say you wanted to do just the vanish. Like you want to hit the ground running with this trick. You could actually just walk up to somebody and say, name any 52 card in a deck. They'll name it, you hand the deck to them, and it's gone. And you could say, ta-da, end of the trick. Or you could reveal it, in your own way with any other way that you know how to reveal a card. The second half, the reveal half, that's going to take some work, some familiarity, and some kind of dexterity, right? You need to be familiar, dexterous, practice. This is going to take some practice, especially since there are 52 possibilities, right? There really are 52 possibilities. You could pull any named card from your pocket without looking. So you can imagine that's 52 ways that this trick could end, which means you're gonna have to be dexterous enough to be able to do that, right? All right, so how much setup and reset is there? I would say elaborate. There's elaborate on this, especially for the first initial setup. In first initial setup, there's a lot to set up. Now let's say you're out strolling. You're doing magic, and someone says the 4 of hearts. You pull the 4 of hearts out of your pocket. At the end of the trick, now what do you do with that 4 of hearts? Well, you have 2 options. You can go backstage somewhere in a closet and put it back where it goes. That's one option, and that's going to take the longest. The other option, and this is my idea, stick that 4 of hearts in a different pocket. Stick it in your breast coat pocket. Okay? Now you go up to your second spectator and you say, name a card. You know, they didn't see the trick previously, so they don't know what happened. And let's say that spectator also says 4 of hearts. What are the odds? 1 in 52. You then go to your breast coat pocket and go bam, right? So you don't need to reset this between performances because the odds of someone calling the same exact card are slim. But if they do, you could just pull it from another pocket, right? Positives, all right, so what are the positives? Hey, the other brothers offer an amazing solution to the any card called plot. Card to pocket is truly a 2-part stunner. Negatives, all right, so what are the negatives? Hey, whenever I do a review, I'm always gonna give you the good and the bad. Always gonna tell you the pros, cons, things I liked, things I didn't like. I want you to spend your money wisely. I want you to buy magic tricks you're gonna love. I want you to buy magic tricks you're gonna perform. No more magic in drawers, right? Nobody likes that. Nobody likes spending 40 bucks on something and then just throwing it in a drawer. So let's stop doing that. In the video, when Daryl is doing the effect, and he then goes to do the convincer to show his pocket empty, I think your eye immediately goes to the pocket because you're pulling your pocket out and saying, look, my pocket is empty. But when you're watching the video, you can clearly see something is in his pocket. It's very obvious. So I think on the one hand, a magician might notice that because we look for stuff like that because that's how we are. I don't think a spectator would notice it. I don't. Because they're gonna look for that convincer of an empty pocket. But when you say my pocket is empty and you can clearly see the outline of something large in your pocket, just like I said, make sure you've got pants that work for this effect. All right, so is it worth your money? Like I said, right now it's $35. I think for the amount of stuff that you get in the box and the fact that it is all custom, and you get a 50-minute video, $35 is well within the price range. I've received 1 deck of gaff cards with barely any instruction for $40. So $35 for the amount of stuff that you're getting is definitely in the ballpark. And who would like this effect? I think if you're already a fan of card to pocket tricks, already a fan of the other brothers, already a fan of illusionist products, you're definitely gonna like this. But don't just take my word for it. There are plenty of other review channels out there on YouTube. There's hardworking men, hardworking women out there busting it every single day, uploading videos for you so that you can make a good choice. Always get a second, third, fourth opinion. Don't ever just take my word for it. There are plenty of other great people out there. Alex Magic Review, definitely check him out. He has very thorough reviews. Never seen anybody do reviews as thorough as him. Give him a like and subscribe. Tyler Lunsford is a machine. He's a machine. Puts out reviews constantly. When he does his upload crazy week, man, review. Tons of stuff. Definitely want to give him a like and a subscribe. And Jorge Anito, he is also reviewing things now. You might even recognize his name from some of the comment section below, even on my channel. Jorge started his own magic review channel. Definitely want to check out his review for this. All right, so that's everything I can say about Card to Pocket from the Other Brothers and Illusionist.com. I, of course, want to thank hocus-pocus.com for allowing me to have this so that I can do the review for you. And if you'd like to purchase it for yourself, definitely head on down to hocus-pocus.com. They've got a ton of stuff. They are a full-fledged working magic shop. They've got people standing by that would love to answer your questions. Fill up your shopping cart, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, bye.